Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? Weather Extra, Saturday morning, and it's good to see you. I feel refreshed and rejuvenated. I had Monday through Friday off. Yay! And now I'm back, and what are we tracking? Got the radar up. See those little spotty little showers down towards Albertville? There's a little bit of, so the radar is in clear air mode, so it picks up like every little detail. So some of that blue that you see like south of Huntsville is not really rainfall, but where you see the greens and yellows, and I'll pull this up so you can actually see it. That'd be helpful, Jeff. You can see a little bit of rain, and it's moving to the northwest. I didn't put it in motion. I should have did that. So there's a few showers in and around Huntsville. There's a few showers south of the river on 231. That looks like just north of Morgan City near Lacey's Spring. Light little showers in around Boaz and Albertville. This is not like break-the-bank rainfall, but it is a few showers, and there's a lot of cloud cover out there this morning. We had some nice sunrise looks this morning, but clouds will probably win out more than the sun will, and there's going to be more in the way of rainfall this afternoon. This is just the beginning, and it will be a day where it features a high chance of rain. Scattered showers and storms will be in the forecast. There's the somewhat overcast skies in Huntsville, where you see some shadows with the cars, but the rainfall is just south. There's a light little shower near the parkway right now. So we'll keep an eye on this stuff. That's our job. And yeah, so much needed rain in the forecast. We'll see how it plays out. We could use some rain, that's for sure, but I think if we break down the weekend, today is by far the higher chance of rain than tomorrow. And then it's all about like fall coming in, like probably be false fall, but it will be really cool next week at nights. I mean, I got so much to talk about. I have been off for 5 days. Lots transpired since I've been gone. It's been awesome. We have much needed rain in the forecast today. We got a cool down coming for next week. The tropics are active. There's a lot going on. Aaron making national news with all the wave action on the East Coast. Did you see some of the video? We talked about this last week, actually, on Saturday and Sunday, how areas in North Carolina and the Outer Banks would probably have some damage with some rough surf. And just shows you that a hurricane doesn't have to actually make landfall to have a big impact, right? This is not tropical. This is just some rain in Georgia and Charleston, South Carolina. Beautiful place if you've ever been. And this is where our rain will come from. See how it's kind of, you can see the showers I just showed you on the radar when I had it zoomed up really close. It's just little tiny little green blobs in and around Huntsville, right? And that's what we have happening right now. And that's the thought process, is that we'll pop a few more showers and storms into the afternoon and evening. Your temperature's in the mid 80s today. And not like severe weather. I know we had some collapsing storms over the week that produced some gusty winds and caused some damage. This should just mainly be a rain event today. And then off to the north and west is that is like the oasis in the desert. That is what we'll call a cold front. I'm going to call it a cool front this time of year. But that front doesn't have a lot of rain associated with it. That will swing through Sunday. And that's why I have just a spot shower on Sunday. But the air behind that front is refreshing and delightful. And it should feel really, really good. You'll start to feel it Sunday night, but you'll really feel it by Tuesday. So go through the forecast with you. Let me just say hi to some people here on there this morning. Thank you all for joining for Weather Extra. Appreciate y'all being on. And if you take the time to come on to Weather Extra and say hi, I have the time to respond back and say hello back to you. So Vacation Valerie says, what a beautiful day. Good morning. Good morning to you, VV. Always a pleasure. Mike Gentle, my good friend, good to see you on. Happy Saturday to you. A little cup of coffee. I left my coffee mug over in the other room, but I have had way too much coffee today. Sarah, I don't drink coffee unless I'm working. So when I come back after 5 days off, like the first 2 cups were like, blah! It was a little out of control. Sarah, good morning. Good to see you on. Sarah, you're so sweet. Yesterday she writes me, she says, when are you coming back to work? I said, Saturday. She could get me out for Weather Extra. I will be. I'll be there. And the whole family's listening in. Tell the whole family I said hello. Especially Daniel, big weather enthusiast. He has a way to gauge the rain now and find out how much rain falls in his backyard. And Sarah tells me he gets real excited about that. And they send me pictures. And I think that's all awesome. It's just awesome. It's great when the younger generation gets involved in the weather. It's good stuff. Sarah says, we have a weather question. I will look for it as I scroll down. Hi, Kirsten. Good morning to you. Happy Saturday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Vacation Valerie saying good morning to everybody. And Sarah, you asked me that question, and I don't see it on here, so you just let me know. If you're watching on my Facebook page, come on over to the 48 Facebook page and say hello there. But if you don't, I'll still say hi to you eventually, but just not right now. I go back and I answer back the comments later. So your afternoon planner, I put scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. They'll taper off this evening. There are a few forecast models that have a few showers after midnight. I don't think it will really play out that much. I think the brunt of the rainfall for the weekend will be before 9 p.m. tonight. And then once we get past that, it's just a slight chance of a storm Sunday with the front. So there's your 30% chance of showers. Again, mainly before midnight. Warm and muggy. No changes yet. Around 70. The icky stickies are still in full force. We're not done yet. In fact, tomorrow on Sunday, when the front passes through in the afternoon, it's just like early afternoon. It's not like an instant switch goes off and you say, okay, here comes the front. Bam, right behind it. We automatically cool off and it feels wonderful. It takes a little time for that air behind the front to get here. There's a little lag time, so to speak. So Sunday, 89 with an isolated storm when the front swings through. It's still humid, especially in the morning. If you're going to church services, you're going to be like, you know, that crazy wacky Jeff guy, weather guy, said that the front was coming through. There was going to be a storm, but it was going to be like really dry and beautiful and gorgeous. Well, take that out. Not yet. Not Sunday during the day. Now, Sunday night, when the temperature drops to 62, I'm pointing to the camera you're like, what are you pointing to? I can see the graphic. I'm pointing to the graphic. So you see 62 Sunday night. That's evidence of that cooler air coming in. The 86 on Monday, for some of you, you're like, oh, it's still 86 on Monday. That's not really that great. That comes with a lot less humidity. So 86 with little humidity, you will feel the difference outside. Like, it will be tremendously different. It will not be 86 with humidity, which is completely still icky, sticky, gross. But that 86 is a dry 86, and it feels good. And then Tuesday took a little off the temperature because there's probably going to be some clouds and can't rule out a spot shower. If that turns out to be more of a rain event on Tuesday, your high temperatures will barely make mid-70s. But we'll keep it 78 with a slight chance of a shower for now. And then the rest of the week after that is really, really gorgeous. Just want to give you a quick update on the tropics. We just had Hurricane Erin, the first hurricane in the Atlantic this season. The next named storm, it'll look like Fernando without the O when you see it spelled out, but it's actually pronounced Fernan, which is really bizarre. It replaced Felix, and that would be the next name system. That area in red would likely be the one that gets it, and it looks like at this point, even if it does get named, it will be mainly just a tropical storm. The effects may be on Bermuda early next week and then going out to sea again. I know Hurricane Erin caused tremendous damage along the coast with some big-time swells and dangerous rip currents, but an absolute blessing that Hurricane Erin did not make landfall and come directly into the lower 48, steered and went around. This particular system will not be nearly as intense, but it will pretty much do the same thing, except it may clip Bermuda with a little bit more of a direct shot as we go into next Monday, so something we'll keep an eye on. All right, let me get to that 10-day forecast because that's the juicy part of the forecast. Let me pull this up. That's some good stuff right there in all of its glory. I'm going on a cruise September 1st. Can I get an update on this? Barbara, I have no idea where the cruise is that you're taking. I don't know if it's in the Caribbean. I don't know if it's in the North Atlantic. I don't know if it's in the Pacific Ocean. I don't know. And if you plan a cruise in early September, I would always keep an eye on the hurricane season. I can't predict if a hurricane's going to develop on your cruise route 2 weeks out, but I can tell you that you are in peak season on September 1st if you are going to be in the Atlantic. So it would be something that I would probably pay attention to closely, especially since you know where you're going to be and I don't. Sarah says, how do hurricanes form? Well, that's a big question. A lot of times they'll form as a tropical wave off the coast of Africa. Encounter some conditions that are favorable. If you have Sea surface temperatures that are really warm. You don't have a lot of shear. They can strengthen. They can rapidly intensify like Hurricane Erin did in the Caribbean to a Cat 4 from a Cat 1 in one night. But the conditions have to be favorable too. They're a warm core kind of system, low pressure, and the development can happen really fast. Usually you find the development this time of year in the mainly South Atlantic off the coast of Florida. This is a big time of year for tropical waves. They develop there. Sometimes you can get a homegrown one too, where it'll develop off the coast of like Texas or off of North Carolina. Become big time rainmakers inside of them, developing very quickly. We are almost at peak season. Peak season comes in the last week of August and will continue through about the end of September. And then it's still hurricane season till the end of November, but the numbers drop off significantly. But they fuel themselves on sea surface temperatures that are really, really warm. And a lot of times too, like when you have Hurricane Erin, for instance, churning, right? And what happens is you get upwelling, and what can happen is after the hurricane passes over a certain area, some of that colder water temperatures, not the really gaudy 80 plus sea surface temperatures we have in hurricane conducive areas, but you can pull up some colder water from the surface, from deep in the ocean, and you can actually cool that surface temperature off just a little bit. Hurricanes don't like cooler temperatures. So sometimes on the wake of when a big hurricane hits, you can actually have a little bit of a lull in some of the development. So I hope that helps. Vacation Valley, good morning, what fun, talking about a cruise. Barbara says, all these hurricanes that are popping up is starting to make me nervous. Oh, Barbara, don't be nervous. Actually, the numbers are really down this year, if that makes you feel any better. There is prediction that the second half of the hurricane season will be a lot more active, but the numbers are really low. We've only had 5 named systems, and there was supposed to be a lot more than 5. We're supposed to have 16 is what the forecast was. Well, some of the forecasts called for 16. We typically have 14 named systems, so we're not even a third into the names yet. Like, we would have to really crank up the hurricane season here in the second half to get to those numbers. So we're actually below average hurricane names. Now, with that said, anytime you plan a cruise in the summertime and you're going to the Caribbean, which is, I'm assuming, where you're going to be going, it runs the risk of some kind of tropical storm or some kind of hurricane. And that would obviously be a big wrench in your plans. That's the risk you take when you take a cruise in the hurricane season, especially in the Atlantic. But all I can say is this: hurricanes, there is so much hype and over coverage of hurricanes nowadays that you will not miss a beat. Whether it's my forecast or just some national forecast or whatever, you're gonna know if there's a hurricane that's gonna be in your destination or could be close to your destination when you get closer to the day. I mean, it's still only August 23rd, and you said your cruise is September 1st. Right now, there doesn't look like any immediate impact, but there certainly could be some kind of homegrown tropical development sometime by the early September. The second week of September does look to become more active. That's the second week, though. You're leaving on the 1st. I don't know how many days you're going to be at sea, but that's something that may work in your favor. So I hope that helps. Great, Joseph. You sing on September 7th. I saw your video. You're very talented, my friend. You do a good job. Vacation Valley says, good morning. Awesome. Sarah says, thank you for taking the time. You're welcome. Least I could do. Cozumel? Woo! That's a trip. And Progresso is where we're going. Plus, it's a girls' trip. Probably we got to make sure that the hurricanes stay away when it's a girls' trip. But you going upscale. I like that. A little Cozumel action. I would say this, and I know I've had so many people that book cruises and go away in the summer. I mean, you want to go away, right? You want to get away. And I think there was one time, this gentleman, he still hates my guts. I know he does. I was forecasting in Rhode Island, and he was like, I'm going down, taking a cruise in the Gulf. I'm going to be in Jamaica. And he was telling me all these great places. And I said, when are you going? And he's like, next Friday. I'm like, ooh. might want to be really careful. There's a couple of disturbances in the Caribbean that may become a named system. He's like, you guys say that all the time, and it never ever develops, and you guys just blow smoke. Okay. Well, I hate to say it, but I forget the name of the storm. Oh, I think it was a J. Anyway, it developed, and it literally hit every island that he was going to, and the cruise got canceled, and I wasn't going to say I told you so, but I kind of did because I was being sarcastic, Jeff, because he kind of came back at me. Oh, you got one right finally. Yeah, you're right. You just got one right. And I wrote him. He let me have it after I told him that. But that's the chances you take when you take the cruise this time of year. I can say this though, Barbara. I will be watching closely for you. And if you want, you can message me on my Facebook page anytime, and I'll keep an eye on it. Nothing really jumps out right now for that time frame in that area, so that's good. Tropics can change quick, though. It can happen fast. 6 days, Barbara's going. So you're going to be gone. So if you go September 1st to September 7th, it looks like that week, like starting on that 8th, on that Saturday, I think it is. I don't know. Maybe it's the 6th is a Saturday. Anyway, it's the second week of September that looks like there's more activity in the tropics, but that's such a long way off. But nonetheless, though, if anything, I will be thinking of you. If anything that even remotely looks like it's going to be near Cozumel for that weekend, I will let you know as soon as I see something. But right now, I think you're okay. It's still a long way out, though. I got enough trouble forecasting the rain today, let alone a hurricane 2 weeks from now, or a week and a half from now. But I'll keep an eye on it for you. Girls' trip to Cozumel has to be good weather, right? Can't have any excuses. No excuses on how much this 10-day rocks, by the way. Mother Nature says, here you go, everybody. Here's your dog bone for the week. Enjoy. Saturday, scattered storms. That's today. And then that isolated chance on Sunday. That's with what we call the FROPA, or the frontal passage. It's going to come by. Because we can't say frontal passage. We got to say FROPA in the weather world, like we know like it's something different or something. But I use FROPA all the time. I just like the way it sounds. Monday, 86 low humidity. We talked about that. 78 on Tuesday. 78 will hinge on how much rain we get. If we get more rain than what I'm thinking, we just have a few isolated showers for now. If it ends up being more of a rain event, that 78 is going to be like a 74. But it's not going to be a day you can go outside and really enjoy it. We always talk about the high temperatures. They get all the attention. But I see a 58 and 55 on there. Yeah, that's pretty nice for Wednesday and Thursday morning. Because you know a 58 or 55 means that like a 51 in Sand Mountain or a 50 in Lookout Mountain, that could be really, really nice. And then Thursday and Friday, probably going to have to add some rain to that 10-day. And I should have did it this morning, and that's my fault. There should be probably a 20% chance for Friday and Friday night. There's actually looks like another front that comes through, and those temperatures for next weekend could actually maybe come down a little bit, whereas next Saturday and Sunday, we could be looking at temperatures maybe in the upper 70s. But I should have popped a 20 on there for Friday to show that second front coming through, and I just didn't do it this morning. I focused so much on the here and now. That back edge of that 10-day forecast is a good idea. I care about it, but it's a basic general forecast. That's why I don't sit on the 10-day forecast for a long period of time. It's the most inaccurate part of our forecast. I'm going to try to nail the next 48 hours, 72 hours, and get you through the day, the next day, and the day after that. And then I'll show you the 10-day forecast to give you a basic idea of how it plays out. But I don't harp on the 10-day. I keep it up. I put it at the end of the show, and I only have it on for a little while. I think the back edge of the 10-day is always going to be a little wishy-washy anyway. You're going to have changes, no doubt about it. Samantha, good morning to you, Big Cheddar. What's up? Samantha, it's good to see you on. I'm loving the Big Cheddar. And I hope you have a fantastic day. It's always a pleasure seeing you on. You make me smile. I'm going to put a little heart to that because I like that nickname. I'm okay with it. Let's go ahead and I'm going to block that. Bye-bye. Sorry, Samantha. I apologize. I had to block that really quick. I like your personality. Would you like to get to know me more? Please feel free to send me a message. Nope, that's not going to happen. Thank you, made-up person. Thank you, robot. You're gone. Barbara, I appreciate that very much. Barbara, you can always text me. Hit me up. Message me. It's all good. I will definitely keep an eye on it. I'll let Eric Burke know, and I'll let Brad know, and I'll let Jada know that Barbara has a big cruise planned on September 1st to Cozumel. We got to make sure she's good to go. Maybe if we all put our little brain trust together, we'll keep all the hurricanes away from you. We don't have that ability. Just make sure. Okay, let me clarify that really quick before the conspiracy theories comes. We do not control the weather. Just to say that. We would like to help you out, though, and give you a good forecast. Skylar, hi Jeff. We had some rain showers yesterday. Great, that's good. Hope you enjoyed them. Good stuff. Barbara's laughing, which is good. Good morning, Vacation Valerie. Samantha, I hope you have a good day, Miss Vacation Valerie. Yes, for those of you who do not know Vacation Valerie, it's actually not Vacation Valerie. It's Valerie Kirby Carey, and I say this all the time. She's the hostess with the mostest. She says hi to all y'all, and it's great because she's one of the sweetest people you'll ever meet. So she's horrible. She's not like that little stalker guy that we just had on there trying to talk to Samantha. She's good people. You can say hi back. She's pretty awesome. Carolyn, hey Carolyn, good to see you. Good morning to you. Carolyn Ashley, thank you for saying hi. I appreciate you stopping by for Weather Extra. Barbara says, I need this vacation. I hear you. I just had 5 days off. I didn't do anything. It wasn't like I got to enjoy anything. But I did get some time off from work, which I was very pleased with. Wasn't really an enjoyable 5 days, but come on now. I'm trying to go back to the radar, everybody. The 8-day, the 10-day, I have hammered it home all morning on air, talking about how next week looks to be so nice. So there's the radar. Yep, I'll pull it up so you can see those little spotty showers. Actually, in northeast Huntsville, right near Moore's Mill. Sarah, do you got any rain? Looks pretty close to you. Might be a little bit more north. Might be more Meridianville. I can't really see. I don't have my glasses on. A few little spotty showers in Morgan County. It looks like that one near Eva. If you're driving between Eva and Arab, a little shower there. Near Holly Pond in Baileyton, a little shower there. A little shower maybe in southeast Huntsville, right by Weatherly. And then north, looks like maybe towards Meridianville. Might get up to Hazel Green. That might be just to the east of Grimwood. Up 72, maybe just to the north and east of Huntsville. Maybe Maysville. Maysville looks like a little rain. I can't really see it. It's really tough. But we had some showers this morning, too. I was tracking them when I first came in. Vacation Valerie doing some baking this morning. Vacation Valerie is actually making homemade granola that she shares with me. I think that's what you're baking this morning, but I might be wrong. Sarah says, thank you so much for staying on top of those bots. So far, I haven't seen anything since the one I mentioned to you a while back. Yeah, we regulate the page. If I don't do it, Tatiana's out there, and she's keeping an eye on things, too. She's busy, though, this morning. She got some stuff going on. But, like, a lot of times, like, we'll have somebody watching it to make sure, like, most of the time, like, everybody's really cool. We've had a couple people we had to block. One guy was really weird. But most of the time, everybody's really cool down here. Comes in, just talks weather, just says hi. It's not that serious. You know, just if we have severe weather, it's a totally different atmosphere, of course. But when it's casual and I'm just talking about rain for today, I'm not worried about severe weather, different vibe. It's called like read the room thing, right? Hey, Mel, good morning to you. Mel says hi to everybody. Mel, one of the sweetest people you'll ever meet in your lifetime, too. But she's in Rhode Island, though. But she says hi. And Mel rocks. Hi, Mel. It's always a pleasure to see you. Jeffrey Resendez from Jamestown, Rhode Island on right now. Good morning. Hopefully Connecticut Fairfield Little League team wins today. Yep, you all about the Little League baseball games, my friend. Yep, hopefully Fairfield, Connecticut wins. Go Little League. I'm excited about college football starting myself. And, yeah, I know there's not a lot of games on. There's no Bama, no Auburn, no A&M. I know no local teams are playing today. But Kansas State and Iowa State play in Ireland this morning. And they'll be on at 11 a.m. And I will be on the back porch, provided there's no raindrops over my head. And I'll be watching it with my little iPad. I'll be outside, chilling out, watching football. Yeah, I can't wait. And then there's a couple more games I want to watch, too. I'm really intrigued by seeing Kurt Warner's son, EJ. Is going to be playing for Fresno State this year, and they take on somebody who has a 34-point favorite against them. I forget who it is. And then Sam Houston takes on Western Kentucky. That's the game I want to see. If you have not watched, and you're a diehard college football fan, you don't have a lot of games to watch today, right? Find a way to watch the Western Kentucky Sam Houston game. Every quarterback Western Kentucky spits out throws for like 6,000 yards every year because all they do is throw the ball. It's crazy. And they do it with a high efficiency, especially when they play a team that has no defense. So if you really want to watch an electrifying game, now watch I say this, they'll play like a rock fight. It'll be like 9-6. But Western Kentucky can cha-ching, put the scoreboard and light it up. And that'll be fun to watch too. You can see I have my whole day planned ahead of me. I can't wait. I should do some landscaping. I should do some weeding. And I should probably do something around the yard today, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna sit back and watch college football. I watched the Titans play last night in the preseason game. Cam Ward looked good. He didn't throw a lot of passes, but he manufactured a drive and was the leader, bringing that team down the field. Got helped by a nice little 3rd down and 5 penalty. But still, it was nice. Titans look good. They played their first string against a 2nd string team. They should have won the game, but it's all right. What am I doing after work today? I just talked about it. Joseph, there you go. I'm going to literally sit my butt on the couch and watch college football all day long. There's only like 6 Division I games, but I'm going to find a way to find all 6 of them. Mel says, hi again. Good to see you, Mel. Vacation Valerie and Mel, you'd all get along really, really well. I promise you that. Sarah says, not yet, but I think we're supposed to get some soon. Some weather guy said that, some crazy guy. That shower is really close to you, though. In all seriousness, like really close. I'm not really sure. I don't want to know your exact address, and don't say it and don't type it here, but you're very close to that shower. It's really close to you, I should say. Scholar says, are the storms going to behave today? I guess so, yeah. I mean, I think so. Some rain. Not like the winds we had earlier this week. Those winds were mainly because the storms were like collapsing quickly. But Samantha's saying hello. Hopefully I can get some baking done too once the cold front comes. My air conditioner can't handle it on warmer days. Yeah, when you baking in the kitchen, you trying to cook. I did that yesterday. I cooked some shrimp up. Frozen shrimp, yes, but not from the places that had the recalls, just for the record. And I made some tostadas with a little bit of lettuce and had a little bit of salsa on it. I put a little ranch dressing and some shrimp with some garlic powder, onion powder, and a little cayenne seasoning on it, and just a little pepper for flavor. And the kitchen was like 150 degrees. I got done, and I was like, I can't even enjoy this tostada because I'm sweating too much in the house. And I have my AC on full blast, too. Sarah says, Andre is actually trying to get the lawn mowed before the rain comes. You got a little time. He's got to get it going, Sarah. He's got to get done soon. I think most of the rain really does hold off until almost the noontime hour, but you got some showers in your vicinity. It could be one of those where you get a little light rain, and then if he just stops for a second, then he can pick it back up. But if it ends up being more of a downpour, it's going to wet the grass and make it real hard to mow. So run, Andre, run. Go get it done. Mow quickly, my friend. Vacation Valley says, no rain, Hazel Green, yes, granola, and no baked oatmeal for the other friend, but yes, granola for you. It's all about my needs. Granola. Put a heart to that. Vacation Valerie. Oh, Mel, you're so sweet. Mel, I'm going to put a heart to that, too. You take the time to tell me that I rock. I think you rock. What do you think of that? So what you're looking at, everybody, is the radar. There's no severe weather. I'm just here chilling out. I got a little time. Last Sunday, I think I did weather extra in about 10 minutes, and I ran out because I had a couple of days off. I'm chill today. I told you what my plans are. I'm not in a hurry. We're good to go. Vacation Valley says Chiefs were on last night. It was a pretty good preseason game until the last minute. Chiefs just toying with everybody. Yeah, I mean, playing their players. Like Patrick Mahomes just sitting there like cutting his nails on the sideline. He's like, yeah, I'm going to take over and win the MVP again. Unless Lamar Jackson takes it away. We'll see what happens. Joseph says, what are you going to eat for dinner tonight? Oh, that's a great question. I haven't really thought about it. Maybe I'll have some tostadas again. I'm not really sure. I might have some ziti. Homemade by somebody very special named Heather Burke. That'd be Eric's wife. She brought over a whole bunch of like frozen food and cooked it. And I freeze it in the freezer. I'm going to warm it up and eat it. And one of them is a big ziti that I can't wait to try. That might be on the menu tonight, Joseph. Very kind of her to do something so sweet, I might add. Vacation Valerie. Any information for me on a heather plant? I had to do some research. I don't know what a heather plant is. I think it's like a love plant, isn't it? I don't know. I had to do some information on that. We'll talk. Have your people call my people. You have my cell. Mel, thank you, Jeff. You relax on that couch and watch TV and make it. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, that second part, but we'll talk. Sarah says, I made granola yesterday. Who are all these people making homemade granola? Vacation Valerie makes some awesome homemade granola. I'm sure Sarah's yours is just as good. Mix it in with a little bit of almond milk or just have it right out of the bag. You're good to go. I feel like I'm eating something healthy when I do it. I think it's healthy. I had the last couple of weeks, I had yogurt and I had apples. My body doesn't know what's happening right now. My body's like, what are you doing? Where's all that fast food you used to eat? Oh, I gave it up. I did cheat this week, though. I did have a burger from place. Samantha, one day I'll learn the actual rules of football and not just be that person who screams and celebrates when they get a touchdown. Samantha, we can talk. I am diehard football guy. I love football. I love baseball. I love all sports. I actually worked in sports before weather a long time ago, many moons ago when I was young. And, yeah, we could talk. We'll get it done. I just got done explaining to a friend of mine offsides in soccer. That was a tough one to explain because it kind of is the same thing in hockey, too. And you know, that took 2 beers to get that. So you mean it's okay. I have all the patience in the world. I try to explain things. Hope I do a good enough job. Hope I do a good job in weather, so it helps. Sarah says, we had tacos last night, even though it wasn't Taco Tuesday. That is totally allowed, Sarah. I'll put a like to that all day. Tacos Tuesday? No. Taco Friday. Taco Saturday. It doesn't matter. Tacos are the best. I make tacos a lot. I like to buy, so I go to, I don't make my own homemade tostados, but I'll go buy the big pack and get like 20 of them. And I will find things to put on that to make it crunch and eat. Sometimes I'll put chicken on it. Sometimes I'll do a little shredded beef. Sometimes I'll put a piece of fish on it. Like, I don't know. I put anything on it. It's really good. It's one of my favorite things to eat. And I don't think the tostado is like healthy for me because it's fried, but I just like it. It's purple. A heather plant. Does it have, it's like a soft purple, right? And it's got like these little round leaves on it, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. I'd have to do some research. I don't know. Joseph, I think you should have some pizza tonight. Oh, you think I should have some pizza, huh? Well, it's funny. We were actually talking about that off air this morning. Claudia was like, what are you guys doing today? I'm like, and I was kind of, I'm kind of craving is that hot and honey pepperoni pizza. I don't know. It's that hot and honey thing. It's like this big thing. You put it on pizza and it's like awesome. It sounds actually kind of good. I have so many things at home to eat, though. I don't want to go buy pizza, but I will soon. Vacation Valerie, my grandmother made a clean ingredients. That's a great breakfast cereal. Samantha says, baseball is a different story. I've been a Cardinals fan since I was a little kid. Well, you got baseball then. So we just got to talk football. I got it. It's okay. I watch football with a couple people that are like, they know football, but they don't know football. And sometimes I can probably be one of the most annoying people watching football. And with baseball too. Like I'll say what the announcer says before they say it. And then it just drives everybody crazy. And they're like, dude, shut up. Seriously, shut up. So I don't talk much. I just watch. All right, I've come to the end of the comments, and I've been on for kind of a long time. What time did we start here, Tatiana? She's not in the other room. But I think we started about 8:20 today. We were a little late getting to the potty, but 8:15, 8:20. We don't really have a set time on Saturday and Sunday. It's the weekend. Flip-flops on. Sunglasses on. We just chill. We just get here when we can. But once we're here, we talk. Vacation Valerie. I left it outside last night. You sent me some pictures? Okay. To my phone or Messenger? Because I don't see him here. Talk to me. Talk to me. Yeah, I don't see him. So send the Messenger. I'll check it out. I feel like I've heard of the plant before, but I've never grown one. Unless I call it by a different name than what you're calling it. And because a lot of times plants have different names. So, Joseph, what am I doing tomorrow morning? I'm going to be working, which makes me lead into this. Great segue, Joseph. Jada is in tonight. She'll have the very latest on the forecast, tracking the rainfall for you, talk about the cool down for next week. I will be back bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning with bells on. And Jada will be here tomorrow night. And then we actually have like a normal schedule coming up. So Eric Burke will be back Monday morning. So there you go. That's the next 4 shifts covered for you. And I'm sure all of us, when we get on air, will be very giddy and excited about how nice next week looks. It's going to be awesome. All right, everybody have an awesome day. Enjoy your Saturday. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning, Weather Extra tomorrow morning at 8:15-ish. And I'll be more than happy to hang out with you again then. Have a good day, everybody.